Alright guys, quick prediction here on the upcoming rematch between Juergen Braehmer and Eduard Gutknecht. Now, this is a rematch. These guys fought 3 years ago, and Juergen Braehmer won a fairly competitive, unanimous decision. It was a fairly awkward, difficult fight, but he came through and he won clearly. For those of you who don't know, Juergen Braehmer is the regular WBA world champion, whereas Kovalev, of course, is the super duper champion. Yeah, it's only in boxing. It's insane these amount of weird belts there are in boxing. Man, this is the super duper title and the regular title and the interim title. It's crazy, right? But anyway, in boxing things don't make sense, do they? They never do. But yeah, so Braehmer defending his belt against Eduard Gutknecht. What do you guys think of this fight? What do I think? I think Braehmer's going to win this fight again. I see nothing from Gutknecht to convince me that he's improved since the last fight. I don't think he has. I think he's pretty much the same. Had some decent victories, but nothing special. Now let's not get it twisted, guys. Juergen Braehmer is a cherry picker. Okay, there is no doubt about that. He is a cherry picker. He's trying to fight the easiest opposition he can fight whilst milking that regular belt. But I have to concede he is a good boxer. He is very intelligent, he's smart, he's got a lot of skill, he has a very well accomplished amateur career. Yeah, he is one of the top guys at light heavyweight right now in terms of talent. There's no doubt about that. He turned professional in the late 90s and he's done very well. He's a two-time champion. He's had some good victories, he fought Enzo Maccarinelli, and I know Maccarinelli's past his prime and belongs at cruiserweight, but hey, it's a name on his record. He also has a win over Robin Krasniqi, who's a very awkward, slick counterpuncher from Germany. He's done okay, but let's be honest, he doesn't have much ambition. Juergen Braehmer, to me, he doesn't seem to have the ambition to fight any big fights, any meaningful fights, any career-defining fights. It's like he just wants to stay in Germany, defend that regular belt, and just earn money. It's like that. That's all the guy's interested in. He's just never, to me, he's never called anybody out. He's never made any effort to get any world-level known fighters in the ring. The only time he did make an effort was when he was set to fight Nathan Cleverly back in 2011, and when that fight was going ahead, I picked Braehmer. I thought he was going to kick Cleverly's ass personally. I thought he was going to go over to London, and I thought that Nathan Cleverly and Frank Warren were going to be embarrassed by that whole situation. I'll be honest, I thought Braehmer was going to kick Cleverly's ass. The fight didn't happen. Braehmer ended up suffering a bad cut in sparring, and the fight never went ahead. But since then, Braehmer hasn't had any ambition. That was his chance in that fight to go out to the UK, make a name for himself, beat Nathan Cleverly, who was an undefeated prospect at the time, and really start becoming a marquee name in the sport. But he didn't do that. He took, I think, a year or so off with the cut. He came back, and since coming back, he has picked up that belt. He did win the European title before, but he just doesn't have that ambition. He doesn't want to be a world level fighter. He doesn't want to be a Hall of Famer. He has the talent to do it, he just doesn't have the ambition. And as far as this fight goes, it's just another routine title defense against a guy he has already beaten. And after this fight, who do you guys think that Braehmer should fight next? Do you think that he has the talent to become a great light heavyweight? Would you like to see him in the ring with Kovalev? Personally, I think that Kovalev is too good for him. I think if that fight happened, I think that Braehmer would be taken way out of his comfort zone. I think that Kovalev is just far too smart a boxer, and far too powerful, and just far too much of a complete fighter for Braehmer. However, I'd fancy Braehmer in a fight against Adonis Stevenson. I think if that fight happened, I actually think Braehmer would beat Stevenson. And I know that Stevenson is a very hard puncher. Stevenson does have long arms. Stevenson is awkward to deal with because of those long arms, because he does have to kick count on that side. He does have that concussive straight left hand which can take your head off if it hits you. Just ask Chad Dawson. But to be honest, I think that Juergen Braehmer, to me, he's a much better fundamental fighter than Stevenson is. He's more fundamentally solid. He has a better jab than Stevenson. He moves better than Stevenson. he has better stamina, which I think will be very important in the fight, because Juergen Braehmer is a very, very physically fit fighter. He has very good stamina. Okay, his work rate in the ring is phenomenal, and it's that reason. And he's also a very good body puncher, and I think that would cause Stevenson a heck of a lot of issues if they were to fight. Because Stevenson, to me, he's a guy who he's similar to Jean Pascal in the sense that he has to fight in bursts. He has to fight in spurts. He can't fight for 12 rounds, like 3 minutes for a round. He can't do that. He doesn't have the energy to do that. Braehmer does. Braehmer's a very, very physically fit guy. So I think he would beat Stevenson if they fought. Obviously, Stevenson would have a puncher's chance, but if the fight were to go 12, I think Braehmer would outbox him. Who else is there? There's Artur Beterbiev there. I'm not sure about that. I think Artur Beterbiev is very dangerous fighter, and I think that with a guy like that, it only takes one, and it only takes one moment for him to catch you on the ropes or to drag you into a brawl, and he can finish you off. So I'm not sure if Braehmer would win that. Bernard Hopkins, I think Braehmer beats Bernard Hopkins. I think he would outwork him. I think that Bernard Hopkins at this stage, he's 50-something years old. He doesn't have the energy to keep up with a guy like Braehmer anymore. Okay, but I think it would look similar to the second half of the Joe Calzaghe fight. I think Joe Calzaghe, the way he was able to shut Hopkins down late in the fight, not early in the fight. Early in the fight, Calzaghe got dropped and outboxed, but he came back and managed to outwork Hopkins and just shut him down and win a decision. I think it would look similar to that. I think Braehmer would be able to outbox him and outwork him and just push himself to a unanimous decision. Just push Hopkins all the way, have Hopkins on the back foot, push him to the ropes, throw some body shots, and just really keep him on the defensive and win a decision. I think that's what would happen if they fought. So, if Braehmer, after he wins this fight, which I'm pretty sure he will, if he gets himself some ambition, wants to try and take over the division, try and make a name for himself, there's fights out there for him. Okay, he doesn't have to fight Kovalev. There's other guys, there's other winnable fights out there for him. And I'm hoping that he does get some ambition, and I'm hoping that he goes for these guys, because I really want to see this guy in some competitive fights. I really do, because I think he has the talent. But he just seems to be wasting his career, if you ask me. So anyway, that's all I've got to say, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Braehmer. Do you think he's a good fighter? Do you think he's shit? Do you think that this is a good fight? Do you think Gutknecht has a chance? Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to hear. Have a good night. Bye.